Breaking news, and Kell Brook has defeated Amir Khan at the Manchester Arena this evening. This match greatly anticipated. Let's head down to that arena now and join our reporters Craig Slater and Ben Ransom. How do you sum this one up, guys?
Well, it was a one-sided beating for my money. Kell Brook has dominated this fight, and from the first round, he looked to have Khan in trouble. The end has come fairly early in the 6th round, an unanswered barrage of punches, really, from Brook. I thought Khan's corner might throw the towel in. In the end, referee Victor Loughlin stepped in. Khan was on his feet. There are one or two people here who think it was a premature stoppage, but there really wasn't anything coming back. And why should he take more punishment when he never really looked like he was in the fight? His legs were wobbled several times during this contest, and really he didn't get a foothold in it, did he?
Exactly that. I think it was those big shots. I think it started in Amir Khan, as we expected, those fast hands. He proved, I think, that he still did have plenty of that speed that we've been debating, but that was in the early rounds. That's what we were expecting. And then it was when he put those shots together, combinations, that Kell Brook was just sussing him out. And as we've been saying all week, what the Brook camp have been saying, timing will beat speed, and he landed 2 in particular, big shots early, and after that Khan's legs wobbled. He never went down, wasn't put to the canvas, but as the fight wore on, round upon round, he was just walking him down, putting that pressure on, and Khan had nothing left in him by the end, really.
I didn't think this was a peak-looking Amir Khan. We talked about his 31 months out the ring. He did have the hand speed. What he did not have patently in this fight was foot speed of any great margin, or indeed reflexes to get out of the way of Kell Brook's heavy shots. And given he couldn't even do that in the early rounds, I think this was only going to go one way, and I think that was why referee Victor Loughlin stepped in. Khan has a rematch clause here, remember, but you do ask yourself, after that, really think it worthwhile at the age of 35 with plenty of money in the bank? Does he really want to go through another training camp again to try and exact some form of revenge? He looked the smaller man in there as well tonight. I think that was significant too. I think he will reflect on maybe this was too big a fight after too long out, because he was a little bit of a shell of himself. I think we were asking who has the most left. Kell Brook did roll back the clock here. He looked impressive. Khan really didn't. That was not really the Amir Khan we've admired in a British ring for over a decade. But great to see the two fighters congratulate and each other at the end. Brook very quickly over to Khan's corner to check they were all right, and the two shared an embrace.
Yeah, they did, and that was nice to see, because we weren't sure, were we? I mean, Kell said, if you remember, the gloves are off. He looked across the table at Amir Khan. Amir put out his hand, and Kell said, I'm not going to shake your hand until I've beaten you after the fight. Well, he has done that, true to his word, and to be fair to Kell Brook, he has been true to his word all week, because he said he was going to come in on the limit, on the 149-pound limit. That was the catch weight limit agreed for this contest. He said he wasn't in any danger of missing the weight. He did exactly that. He also, his team said to me, just as he came out of the dressing room, his nutritionist turned to me and he said, look, we kidded him a little bit. We were pushing for 150, 151 pounds, knowing that Team Khan would just give him an extra couple. He was talking about how difficult it would be for him to make the weight, when actually, he'd been in training since the summer, he looked sharp, and crucially, I think, Craig, going on from your point, he'd been in the ring more recently.
Just 14 months ago. The two fighters getting an ovation here. I thought it was significant at the weigh-in that Khan looked rather ruefully and said, I could have made welterweight. I think he looked at Brook. He looked. Yeah, I thought Khan thought he could have made welterweight, and I think he knew he was up against a significantly bigger man here, and I think so it's proved.
I think the interesting thing is where both fighters go from here, because they've been on this collision course for more than a decade. This was about legacy. No world title in there, but two great British former world champions finally trying to settle this score. I think Amir Khan, you've alluded to it, Craig, this could be the end of the journey. We were already warned that maybe there may be a retirement coming from one or other camp, maybe that defeat. Will he want to go back through that again?
Well, he admitted to us, he admitted to me off camera that he wasn't sure he was going to fight again. He was persuaded by his wife. Just 51 seconds we're hearing in the 6th round. Kell came out all guns blazing at the start of that round.
Listen to that.
Well, let's listen to the ovation. And Khan applauding. the two share another embrace, which is great to see. Well, that's boxing for you. I think boxing had some negative headlines in the middle of this week around the news conference. You do have to say the sportsmanship displayed in the ring after battles like that really does put it up there in terms of what sport is all about.
And like all week, two adversaries coming together in a finale. Great. There we go.
Fantastic work, Ben and Craig. Very much enjoyed your analysis throughout this fight camp. Thank you very much. I'm glad they made up as well. Adversaries, never. Not here on Sky Sports News, but what a fight that was. Kell Brook doing what he said he would do, stopping Amir Khan in the 6th round. There was more than 2 minutes left of that 6th round, but Amir Khan looked like he had been in trouble for a while. Special K was throwing some massive shots, wobbled the legs of Amir Khan a few times in the previous rounds, but it all ended in the 6th when the referee stopped that bout. So Kell Brook has defeated his long-term adversary, Amir Khan, in the 6th round.